Hey folks, and welcome back to Glenn and Adrian's Rock Talk. That's Adrian.
And that's Glenn.
And today we're here to talk with you again about Pink Floyd. Have you heard the good word about Pink Floyd? It's going to be a performance from Pulse. We're going to check out Learning to Fly. And this was the first actual song that was on Momentary Lapse of Reason. At the time that it came out, they weren't using as much Rick Wright as perhaps they wanted to, because there was a whole dispute of contractual stuff, not between them, but between the Pink Floyd empire. So that's why Rick wasn't officially on board at that time, and maybe they hadn't asked him yet for that. I don't know the exact circumstances there, but they were all very tight. But nonetheless, the mix that came out was covered with 80s sounding keyboards, like doing the main riff on it. It was okay. I mean, it wasn't bad, but it wasn't as good as it could have been. I remember thinking at the time, gee, this is kind of a compromise, but I'm still willing to make it. Well, now they've remixed both that album and Pulse. They've remixed the whole thing and also changed the way the footage is. So this is all, restored, remastered. It's going to more feature Rick Wright than the original did. And chances are we won't really hear the original synth. Adrian, are you familiar with this song?
Yes, I've heard the song before. I've heard it a few times.
Okay.
I never got the record, but I mean, I've managed to hear it anyway.
It was all over the radio for a little while. Kind of understand.
Yeah, I didn't know what to think about it at the time, but I mean, now I think it sounds good. So I remember the song.
I think the 80s were rough on pretty much all the Pink Floyd fans, no matter where you fell.
Yeah.
But I think that this song is a decent song. It's not bad, but I think it's much better without the intrusive keyboards that were in the original studio album and original Pulse. So why don't we go ahead and take a look at that?
All right.
Into the distance, a ribbon of black, stretched to the point of no turning back. A flight of fancy on a windswept field, standing alone, my senses reel. A fatal attraction is holding me fast. How can I escape this irresistible grasp? Can't keep my eyes from the circling sky, tongue-tied and twisted, just an earthbound misfit high. Ice is forming on the tips of my wings, unheeded warnings. I thought of everything. No navigator to guide my way home. I'm laid and empty, turned to stone. My sole intention is learning to fly, condition grounded, but determined to try. Can't keep my eyes from the circling skies, tongue-tied and twisted, just an earthbound biscuit pie. paper trail and the empty air. Above the clouds I see the shadow fly out of the corner of my watering eye, to dream unfretted by the morning light could blow the soul right through the roof of the night. There's no sensation to compare with this. It's a strengthened animation, state of bliss. Can't keep my mind from the circling skies. Tongue-tied and twisted, just an earthbound misfit.
Yeah, I just remembered while I was listening to it, I didn't think much of it back in the day when it came out. But I mean, it's really quite a pleasant song.
Yeah.
I mean, it's good they came back together, albeit without Roger, unfortunately. But it's good they got back together and started doing that music again. I mean, that song is just very refreshing, I think.
Yeah, I agree. I think part of it too is that I'm relieved not to hear those original 80s keyboards.
Yeah, that might have done something for me too.
I recommend anybody who got the original and maybe was a little bit on it. They've got the new version out now, the new remix, and it's pretty good. I think it's an improvement. And it's funny, we noted recently that Rush changes from era to era, the way they look. And of course, here we've got a very 80s looking David Gilmour, very tidy hair, very tight, short. Rick still looks about the same. I mean, they look a little bit more like business casual, I'd say, than, than they ever did before, but that's, hey, they were playing tours and they were sounding like that. I'm not putting them down.
Yeah, who cares what they're wearing?
Yeah, I know that David Gilmour was making an effort to try to have all the music sound more like Floyd than it did at the time that it came out. All right, folks, so if you have other suggestions for us, please leave them below. And if you enjoyed this video, please give it a like. And if you enjoyed our presentation, please subscribe. All right? We'll catch you on the next one, folks. Thanks for joining us on this one. Take care.
See you all later.